What happens when history repeats itself in the ugliest way possible? For years, Kirk Frost has been called out, dragged, and exposed for cheating scandals that nearly destroyed his marriage. And just when fans thought he had finally changed, the unthinkable happened. A new affair leak has hit the internet, and this time, the damage looks irreversible. Sources say Rasheeda was blindsided by explosive receipts showing Kirk caught up with yet another woman. And the fallout was instant. Rasheeda, humiliated yet again, reportedly broke down in tears, while Kirk, the same man who once tried to deny everything, has now been reduced to begging for forgiveness. Fans are furious. The cast is divided, and insiders claim this might finally be the end of Rasheeda and Kirk's empire. But the real question is, will Rasheeda walk away this time? Or will Kirk's desperate pleas pull her back in? For over a decade, Kirk Frost and Rasheeda have been the face of both love and betrayal on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Their marriage has been tested in ways that most couples could never imagine surviving cheating scandals. Secret children, public humiliation, and the endless whispers of Kirk's double life. And through it all, Rasheeda, the boss chick, the businesswoman, the queen of resilience, stood tall. She forgave. She rebuilt. She fought to protect her family, her brand, and her sanity. But the thing about trust is, once it's shattered, every crack remains. And now, those cracks have split wide open again. According to insiders, the latest scandal began quietly, with whispers that Kirk had been seen getting a little too close to a woman during a recent business trip. At first, the rumor didn't gain traction. After all, gossip follows Kirk everywhere. Fans almost expect it. But then came the leak. Screenshots of alleged text messages between Kirk and the woman surfaced online, painting a picture of late-night rendezvous, hotel meets, and conversations too intimate to be written off as business. The messages weren't just flirtatious, they were damning. One line in particular sent fans into a frenzy. "Last night was perfect. I wish we didn't have to sneak around." The name saved at the top of the messages wasn't one fans recognized. But the date and timestamps aligned suspiciously with Kirk's recent trip. Almost immediately, fans began tagging Rasheeda, demanding answers. Some begged her to finally leave him. Others mocked her, predicting she would forgive again. Just like always, the internet was merciless, and Rasheeda's silence only amplified the firestorm. But behind the scenes, Rasheeda wasn't just silent, she was breaking. According to a source close to production, she was filming a confessional when her phone buzzed nonstop. At first, she tried to ignore it, staying focused on her work. But when a producer whispered, "You might want to see this," Rasheeda's world stopped. She scrolled through the screenshots, her eyes welling up with tears, her hands trembling as she whispered under her breath, "Not again. Lord, not again." The weight of it hit harder than before. Not just because it was another betrayal, but because this time, Kirk didn't even try to deny it. Insiders say he walked into the room, saw Rasheeda's face, and immediately broke down. Gone was the defiance fans had seen in past scandals. Gone was the smug denial, the excuses, the gaslighting. Instead, Kirk allegedly fell to his knees, begging Rasheeda to listen, to forgive, to not give up on him. The shocking part. Cameras caught it all. Producers, stunned by what they were witnessing, kept the footage rolling. One insider described the moment. It wasn't acting. Kirk was desperate. He was crying, pleading, saying he couldn't live without her. It was the most raw moment we've ever filmed. But was it enough? Fans remember all too well how Kirk begged before during the Jasmine scandal, during the DNA test drama, during countless rumors. Each time, Rasheeda found it in her heart to forgive. But this time felt different. This time, the humiliation wasn't just in the blogs, it was splashed across every corner of the internet within minutes. Screenshots were reposted by the Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, and countless fan pages. Even celebrities outside the LHHATL world were commenting on the mess. And the cast. Oh, they weren't holding back either. Erica Mena allegedly snickered off camera, whispering, "Told y'all he'd never change." Sierra, meanwhile, expressed genuine sympathy for Rasheeda. saying she's too good for this. I don't know how much more she can take. And Carly read. She reportedly said what everyone else was thinking. This man is addicted to drama. He can't help himself. What made this scandal sting even more for Rasheeda was how hard she had worked to rebuild her image. Just months ago, she had been praised for balancing motherhood, entrepreneurship, and reality TV. She was launching new fashion lines, teasing collaborations, and reminding fans why she had earned the title of boss chick. And now, with one leak, all of that progress was overshadowed by Kirk's betrayal. The public humiliation was unbearable. Fans flooded her comments with crying emojis, angry messages, and even advice. Rasheeda, don't waste another tear, sis. You deserve better. At this point, you're stronger without him. The outpouring of support was massive, but so was the trolling. Memes mocked her loyalty, suggesting she was married to the embarrassment. And then came the worst part, the possibility that this affair wasn't just a fling. Rumors began swirling that Kirk had been seeing this woman for months, maybe even years. Behind Rasheeda's back, some fans speculated that she wasn't just a random hookup, but someone Kirk had a deeper connection with. Others whispered that this woman had her own receipts and was preparing to drop them if Kirk didn't step up. The stage was set for an explosive fallout. Kirk, for once, wasn't fighting back. He wasn't denying, wasn't dodging. Instead, he was begging Rasheeda not to walk away, begging her not to give up on the family they built, begging her not to end their marriage in front of millions. But Rasheeda, insiders say her silence spoke volumes. She listened. She cried. She shook her head. And when Kirk reached for her hand, she pulled away. The background was clear. History was repeating itself, but the energy was shifting. Kirk wasn't in control anymore. The power was slipping into Rasheeda's hands. And fans knew the next move she made could change everything. The scandal didn't just simmer, it exploded. Within hours of the affair leaks hitting the internet, Rasheeda and Kirk's marriage was pushed into its most volatile chapter yet. The moment Rasheeda confronted Kirk was like watching years of suppressed rage boil over. According to insiders, she stormed into their shared home, holding her phone up with the leaked screenshots plastered across the screen. Her voice cracked but didn't falter as she shouted, "You've humiliated me for the last time, Kirk. How many times do I have to look like the fool for you?" For the first time, Kirk didn't try to deny it. He didn't play his usual cards of deflection or anger. Instead, he collapsed into desperation. Witnesses claim he literally dropped to his knees in front of Rasheeda, crying, "Please, I swear it's not what it looks like. I can't lose you. I'll do anything. Just please don't leave me." But Rasheeda wasn't moved. This wasn't the strong, composed Rasheeda fans were used to seeing. This was a woman on the edge, broken by betrayal, yet fueled by fury. She pointed at him with trembling hands, her voice rising. "You've made me the laughingstock of this entire franchise. Every season, it's something new. Do you have any idea what that does to me? To our kids? To my brand?" The fight spiraled quickly. Cameras allegedly captured Rasheeda hurling a glass across the room, shattering it against the wall while Kirk scrambled to calm her down. Crew members, stunned, didn't dare intervene. Producers knew they had struck reality TV gold, but they also worried the situation was spiraling too. And then came the first twist. Just as Rasheeda was unleashing years of pent-up pain, a new set of leaked DMIs surfaced online. This time it wasn't just screenshots, it was video. A screen recording began circulating of Kirk allegedly FaceTiming the same woman late at night. The clip showed him shirtless, smiling, saying, "You're the only one who makes me feel alive." The video sent the internet into meltdown. Fans weren't just talking about texts anymore. Now there was visual proof. And worse, the woman in the video wasn't just a random outsider. Rumors swirled that she was connected to the entertainment industry, someone who had allegedly been seen at past LHHATL after-parties. That meant Kirk's world and Rasheeda's world had been colliding in ways she never knew. When Rasheeda saw the video, insiders say her knees buckled. She sat down, clutching her chest, whispering, "You filmed yourself with her. You filmed yourself with her while you were in my house." The betrayal wasn't just emotional. It was humiliating on a scale she couldn't comprehend. Humiliating on a scale she couldn't comprehend. Kirk, realizing the depth of the damage, allegedly grabbed at her hands, begging, "I was stupid. I was weak. It didn't mean anything. You're my everything, Rasheeda. Don't throw this away over one mistake." But fans who saw the footage knew this wasn't one mistake. It was another chapter in a long pattern of betrayal. The conflict grew even more toxic when Rasheeda accused Kirk of sabotaging her career. "Every time I build something, you tear it down with your mess. Do you think these brands want to work with me when my husband is a headline for cheating every year?" She screamed. Her words hit hard, echoing the frustration fans had voiced for years. And here's where the first twist deepened. Insiders say Rasheeda wasn't the only one blindsided. Apparently, the other woman had no idea Kirk was still trying to fix things with his wife. She allegedly thought Kirk and Rasheeda were separated, that their marriage was over in everything but name. Furious about being painted as a homewrecker, she hinted online that she has more receipts to prove Kirk had been feeding her lies about his marriage. Now the scandal wasn't just Kirk versus Rasheeda, it was shaping into a triangle of betrayal, revenge, and exposure. Jasmine may have haunted the past, but this new woman was shaping the present, and fans braced themselves for what she might reveal next. The major conflict was clear. Rasheeda was done playing the loyal wife. Kirk was in full-blown panic mode. And a new player in the game threatened to drag them both down with more damning evidence. By the end of the confrontation, Rasheeda allegedly told Kirk point blank, "I don't care how much you beg. I'm not sure I can ever forgive you again." She walked away, leaving him sobbing alone. The cameras cut there, the perfect cliffhanger for viewers. But the start of a nightmare for the Frost family, and if you thought the drama couldn't get worse, insiders teased that the new woman might not be the only one. Rumors swirled that there were two more women waiting in the shadows, ready to expose Kirk if the opportunity presented itself. Whether that's true or just internet speculation, one thing's for sure: Rasheeda and Kirk's marriage has never been closer to total collapse. If fans thought a few screenshots and a leaked FaceTime video were the peak of the scandal, they were dead wrong. Because part 3 of this nightmare brought the kind of escalation nobody could have predicted. Not even Rasheeda herself. The internet was still buzzing over Kirk's desperate pleas when the other woman, the one in the FaceTime video, decided to speak for herself. Tired of being dragged as a side chick and painted as the villain, she went on Instagram Live, tearfully claiming that she didn't even know Kirk was still living with Rasheeda as a husband. Her words stunned fans. "He told me they were over. He told me he was only with her for the cameras and the business. I thought I was in a real relationship," she sobbed. Then, in an even more shocking move, she held up what appeared to be plane tickets and receipts for luxury gifts, all allegedly paid for by Kirk. The live blew up instantly. Thousands tuned in. Screenshots flew across blogs. And suddenly, the narrative shifted. This wasn't just another affair. This was a double betrayal. Rasheeda betrayed as a wife, and this woman betrayed as a partner, Rasheeda, who had been silent since her explosive confrontation with Kirk, reportedly broke down again when she saw the live. Sources say she whispered to producers, "So it wasn't even just sex. He gave her my life. He gave her what should have been mine." Her voice cracked. And even hardened crew members admitted the moment was heartbreaking. Meanwhile, Kirk scrambled to do damage control. He allegedly texted the woman nonstop, begging her to take down the live, promising he'd fix everything, but the damage was done. Fans were already labeling him the Atlanta Tristan Thompson, with memes comparing him to serial cheaters across pop culture. And then came the shocking reveal, the one that flipped the entire scandal upside down during her live. The woman dropped a bombshell. She wasn't just someone Kirk was sneaking around with. She was allegedly pregnant. She didn't say much, only holding her stomach and hinting that she was expecting. The comments section exploded. "Lord, not another baby." This man don't know how to stop. Rasheeda, leave now. The possibility of another child reignited old wounds from the Jasmine Washington scandal. Fans immediately began speculating whether history was repeating itself. Another woman, another affair, another child Kirk might try to deny. And if it turned out to be true, this wouldn't just be a scandal. It would be a legacy of betrayal. Insiders claim Rasheeda nearly collapsed when she saw the clip. She reportedly told producers, "I will not raise another one of his mistakes. I can't. Not again." Her words were sharp, cold, and final. The cast's reactions only added fuel to the fire. Erica Mena, never shy about stirring chaos, allegedly went live herself, throwing shade at Kirk. A man who cheats once will cheat again. Y'all act surprised, but this is Kirk's brand at this point. Carly Red jumped in too, adding her signature messy energy. Knew something wasn't right. When I saw Kirk sneaking out of that hotel a few months back, I should have said something. But hey, now y'all see the truth. Fans were quick to point out that Carly's timing was suspicious. Had she known more than she let on? Or was she just inserting herself into the drama for clout? Either way, her comments made the scandal even messier. But the biggest escalation came when Rasheeda's own son, Kai, allegedly posted and then quickly deleted a cryptic story on Instagram. "If y'all knew the truth about my pops, you wouldn't be shocked. Been tired of this." The post, though brief, sent shockwaves. Was Kirk's own son hinting at even more secrets waiting to be exposed? Blogs immediately jumped on the theory that this wasn't the end of Kirk's skeletons. Some insiders whispered that there might be yet another woman connected to him, possibly even someone within the industry. The thought of multiple women coming forward sent the fandom into overdrive. Through it all, Kirk continued his campaign of begging. He allegedly followed Rasheeda around the house, crying, pleading, promising to change. At one point, he reportedly said, "Take everything, Rasheeda. Take the businesses, take the money. I don't care. Just don't take yourself away from me." But Rasheeda wasn't swayed. According to production leaks, she stared at him coldly and replied, "You already lost me. Kirk, you just don't realize it yet." By the end of the week, the scandal had grown from screenshots to a full-blown circus involving receipts, live videos, pregnancy rumors, family backlash, and industry speculation. The shocking reveal that Kirk may have fathered yet another child left fans reeling and Rasheeda shattered. But the cliffhanger grew darker. Insiders say Mona Scott Young has all the footage, all the receipts, and she's planning to stretch this storyline across multiple episodes. Which means for Rasheeda, the nightmare isn't over. It's only just beginning. The scandal didn't just stay within the Frost household. It exploded across social media, blogs, and even mainstream entertainment outlets. The public response was swift, brutal, and louder than anything Kirk and Rasheeda had experienced in years. On Twitter, now X, hashtags dominated the trending page. Hashtag Kirk caught again, hashtag poor, RASHEEDA, and hashtag LHHATL mess. Fans flooded the platform with jokes, memes, and heartbreaking commentary. One viral post showed side-by-side pictures of Kirk begging Rasheeda in past seasons versus now, with the caption, "Different year, same Kirk." It racked up nearly 500,000 likes overnight. Instagram was even more vicious. Influencers mocked the situation in skits, reenacting Kirk's begging with dramatic fake tears. Others edited parody trailers, calling the scandal the sequel nobody asked for. But mixed in with the jokes were thousands of supportive posts for Rasheeda. Fans rallied behind her with comments like, "Boss chick doesn't deserve this mess, and she carried this man for years." And he dragged her brand through the mud again. Celebrities couldn't resist chiming in. Cardi B once again took to live, saying, "Rasheeda deserves better. She's a queen, and Kirk stay making her look stupid. Girl, you're too pretty and too smart for this mess." Her blunt defense of Rasheeda went viral, reigniting conversations about loyalty versus self-respect. Meanwhile, 50 Cent joined in with his trademark trolling. He reposted the FaceTime screenshot with the caption, Kirk Frost in the Hall of Fame for Cheaters. Atlanta edition. Fans laughed. But some criticized him for making light of Rasheeda's pain. Even Atlanta hip-hop heavyweights weighed in. One popular DJ on Hot 107.9 declared on air, "Rasheeda been the backbone of that show. Kirk dragging her through this again is embarrassing, not just for her, but for Atlanta." His co-host added, "You can't build an empire on betrayal. It always collapses." Former castmates didn't hold back either. Joseline Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess herself, tweeted, "Didn't I tell y'all years ago Kirk ain't SHT? Rasheeda shoulda LEFT." Asterix that one tweet alone caused a fan war in her replies, reigniting old feuds and sparking rumors that Joseline might even return to LHHATL just to stir the pot. The entertainment industry also started whispering. Blogs reported that Rasheeda's fashion deals were under review because brands didn't want her name tied to another scandal. One insider leaked that a major retailer had hit pause on launching her new clothing line, waiting to see how the public narrative played out. For Rasheeda, this wasn't just about love and betrayal anymore. It was about her business, her empire, and her legacy. Meanwhile, Jasmine Washington, the woman who once brought Kirk's cheating to light years ago, dropped a shady post of her own. She posted a simple laughing emoji under a gossip blog's post about the scandal. Fans immediately interpreted it as her taking pleasure in Kirk and Rasheeda's misery, reigniting the old wounds of the past. And then came the bombshell reaction from Rasheeda's family. Her son Kai's earlier cryptic Instagram story had already raised eyebrows, but now more family voices started speaking out. A cousin reportedly posted, "We're tired of seeing her hurt. If y'all only knew the half." The vague message sent fans spiraling, wondering if Kirk's betrayal went even deeper than what was already public. The industry buzz turned the situation into a cultural talking point. Talk shows picked it up, with Wendy Williams' replacement host declaring on air, "Rasheeda, you don't need to beg for respect. Walk away. The world is on your side." The audience erupted in applause, echoing what fans had been screaming online all week. Kirk, feeling the pressure, tried to clap back with a cryptic Instagram post. "Y'all don't know the full story. Social media ain't real life. I'll fix this privately." But instead of calming the storm, it only made things worse. Fans flooded his comments, dragging him for once again dodging accountability. "Man, you made it public when you couldn't keep it in your pants," one fan wrote. Through it all, Rasheeda remained quiet. That silence spoke volumes. Every hour she didn't respond, the speculation grew. Was she plotting her exit? Was she waiting for the right time to drop her own bombshell? Or was she simply broken beyond words? Public and industry reactions made one thing painfully clear. This wasn't just reality TV anymore. It was a cultural event. Rasheeda and Kirk weren't just trending for gossip, they had become the face of conversations about betrayal, forgiveness, and the breaking point in relationships. And while the world rallied around Rasheeda, insiders whispered that the real storm hadn't even hit yet. Because as powerful as the memes and reactions were, the next move Rasheeda made would either secure her crown as the boss chick, or shatter the empire she built once and for all by this point. Fans thought they had seen it all. The texts, the FaceTime leaks, the tearful lives, the rumors of pregnancy. But the scandal had one last card to play. And it was the one that left viewers screaming at their screens. Rasheeda had been silent, her pain written across her face, but her words held back. Producers begged her to film a statement, but she refused. Instead, she waited. And when she finally opened her mouth, she flipped the narrative in a way no one saw coming. According to insiders, during a tense dinner scene meant to patch things up, Rasheeda dropped her own bombshell. She had been sitting on receipts of her own. Pulling out her phone, she revealed what looked like screenshots of financial records, large transfers Kirk had made over the past year to women's accounts that she had never heard of. Her voice was cold, steady, and laced with fury as she told him, "You've been living two lives. Kirk, you didn't just cheat. You funded your lies with our money." Kirk froze. The man who had been begging and sobbing minutes earlier suddenly went silent. His hands shook as he tried to grab her phone, but Rasheeda pulled it away. Crew members described the moment as like watching a queen take back her crown. But then came the real twist. Rasheeda hinted she wasn't as naive as people believed. "You think you're the only one with secrets?" she said, locking eyes with him. "Maybe it's time the world hears mine." Gasps filled the room. Was she suggesting she, too, had stepped outside of the marriage? Or was there another secret entirely? A betrayal, a deal, a truth that could destroy Kirk even more than his own scandal? Producers immediately cut filming, fearing the reveal was too explosive to let spill without planning the rollout. Fans, of course, caught wind of the cliffhanger almost instantly. Rumors spread online that Rasheeda had been quietly building her independence behind the scenes, not just financially, but emotionally. Some claimed she had confided in a close friend during Kirk's past betrayals, a friend who might now be more than just a shoulder to cry on. Others speculated her secret involved her businesses, suggesting she had already separated her finances from Kirk. Preparing for the day she'd finally walk away, the final twist left Kirk rattled. Instead of him holding power over Rasheeda, begging for forgiveness, the tables had turned completely. Now it was Rasheeda holding the receipts, the leverage, and possibly the next move that could shatter Kirk's reputation forever. And that's where the cameras cut, leaving audiences dangling on the edge of their seats. No resolution. No answers. Just the image of Rasheeda's cold stare and Kirk's panicked silence. The cliffhanger was perfect. Would Rasheeda finally expose her secret and take Kirk down once and for all? Would the alleged pregnancy be confirmed, making Kirk a father again outside his marriage? And could their empire, the businesses, the brand, the image they fought so hard to build survive another storm this massive? The only guarantee was that this scandal wasn't over. Not even close. And now we're left with the question the entire world is asking. Is this the end of Rasheeda and Kirk Frost? After years of loyalty, forgiveness, and rebuilding, we've watched Rasheeda give this marriage chance after chance, only to be met with betrayal after betrayal. But this time feels different. Kirk isn't just exposed for another affair. He's reduced to tears, begging for forgiveness, while Rasheeda stands with power in her hands and secrets of her own ready to spill. Fans are torn. Some are saying, "Boss chick, this is your moment. Walk away and never look back." Others argue that love runs deeper. And maybe, just maybe, forgiveness could happen one last time. But what about Rasheeda's shocking hint? What secret is she holding that could flip the entire story on its head? Could it destroy Kirk, or could it change how fans see her forever? The cast is buzzing, the industry is reacting, and fans are demanding answers. But one thing is certain, this story is far from finished. The next chapter could bring confessions, confrontations, or even more receipts ready to drop. And trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. So now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Rasheeda finally walk away for good? Do you believe the other woman's shocking pregnancy claim? And what do you think Rasheeda's secret really is? Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on your notifications so you're the first to know when the next bombshell drops. Share this video with every LHATL fan you know, because if you thought this was wild, the next twist will leave you speechless.